Here we are, another day, another terrorism event. There's a lot of people hanging around over there. I've just been over there actually. There's nothing to see at all, but they're all hanging around. They're sort of debating with each other and stuff like that. Obviously it's quite a heady topic. It's a bit strange. I mean, very, very different versions of reality coming out of this. For example, Theresa May, I don't know what they're all queuing up for. Theresa May said that the police response took 1 minute. I think that's what she said in her speech.
Officers were in the immediate vicinity as the attack unfolded and responded within 1 minute.
The locals say that the police response took 1 hour. So there's quite a discrepancy in what the government says and what the people are saying. Not necessarily that you can actually trust either of them. Obviously, you have to like cross-reference and get lots and lots of data, I think. Another discrepancy, of course, I really don't know what to make of this one, is that the official narrative is that there was one guy who was a lone wolf and he acted alone. As I'm sure you're aware, if you've looked it up, the people on the scene said there were 3 people. One who was driving who got out and tried to stab people. Other 2 also had knives, but they ran away. But that's something that doesn't exist in the official history anymore. There were 3 people. So it's really, really bizarre. I'm not quite sure what to make of it, other than obviously Theresa May is going to be using this for her crackdown on the internet. Not really for terrorism. It sort of has parity with what I was saying earlier on about, or in another video, that, you know, they're worried about extremists, and extremists are basically anything. It could be an Islamic fundamentalist, it could be a left-wing radical, it could be a right-wing radical. I've basically got sunstroke today, by the way. It's been like so hot, it's unbelievable. But yeah, I'm not sure what they're doing. They're like just watching people like doing their pieces to camera, debating the entire thing. It's really weird. I was going to say in yesterday's video that if another thing happens very soon, it's less like, you know, just random attacks, and it's more like a form of ritualism. And then when I woke up this morning, I was like, oh, it looks like I should have said that, because literally another thing happened. Is anything else going to happen? Is it going to just carry on being these like beats and like bang, bang, something, something, something? It just seems never ending. It's starting to piss me off actually. I think it's actually starting to piss off the general public as well. People just get, especially like people who live in London, they're just really pissed off with all this stuff happening. They just want it to stop. They want life to go back to normal. I'm not sure if that's really going to happen though. I mean, I think we might be in for a long old summer. Of course, it's also announced, of course, the whole thing about the US shooting down a Syria plane, so they're going to be ramping up the whole sort of like war with Russia thing as well. It's going to be really sort of like tedious and mildly terrifying, I suppose. Yeah, there's not much to do here actually. I can't get anywhere. Essentially just like people standing around watching the press, watching the police. The whole thing's cordoned off. You can't get round. So yeah. Whenever things like this happen, it's like been the last few events where people, when they're interviewed, they say things like, oh, it's just like a horror movie, or it's just like a Hollywood movie. In a way, I'm sure people here think or feel like it's sort of some part of some kind of like big grand narrative, and maybe they'll start to treasure it, you know, treasure it in their hearts, a little bit like Stockholm syndrome or whatever. Maybe if the events stop and people stop dying in the street and being run over and being stabbed and all this kind of stuff, you'll start to feel that life is so boring. Think of the good old days when, you know, there was danger in the streets or whatever. Because to me, Theresa May brings in what she wants to bring in. I mean, life will become sedate and as safe as living in an open-air prison. What a lovely, positive sentiment to finish a video.